stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Okay, moving on. Introduction of the news media. We don't have any news media present today. Just making sure no one came in at the last second. Next, can we have a roll call, please?
Slotman. Here. Van Dyne. Here. Ogalla. Pretzel. Here. Butler. Here. Newquist. Here. Ballage. Here. Richmond. Here.
Okay.
Parker. Here. Williams. Here. Diaz.
Oh, that's fine.
Winfrey. Here. Coleman. Logan. Here. Freeman. Here. Revis. Mitchell. Berkowitz. Yeah. Costa. Trainier. President Mueller.
Yes, here. Sorry.
17. I'm here.
Thank you. Moving on, presentation of certificate of mailing and certificate of publication. Yes. Ralph's giving me the nod that that's been taken care of. Next, can we get an approval of the minutes for August 10th, 2023? Roll call, please.
Slotman. Yes. Van Dyne.
Yes.
Ogalla. Pretzel.
Yes.
Butler. Yes. Newquist.
Yes.
Ballage.
Yes.
Richmond. Yes. Parker. Yes. Williams. Yes. Diaz. Winfrey. Yes. Coleman. Logan.
Yes.
Freeman. Yes. Revis. Mitchell. Yes. Ortiz. Berkowitz. Yes. Costa. Yes. Trainier. Yes. President Miller.
Yes.
17 in the affirmative.
I thought I saw Reagan outside. Yeah. Moving on, folks, we were actually going to ask if it was okay with everyone to move up the presentation of awards, item number Z, to ahead of our treasurer's report. Is Reagan here? Should we wait until she's here? Okay. We don't mind waiting, do we? We'll fit it in when she gets here. So let's keep that in mind. Awards might get bumped up. Moving on, let's do our treasurer's report. Treasurer Newquist.
Good morning, everybody. Before I place the treasurer's report on file, I have the usual few brief comments to make. Revenues. The August 31st, 2023 operating statements indicate the district's corporate fund has collected $9.1 million in total revenues, which includes approximately $7.5 million in property taxes, $900,617 in replacement taxes, and nearly $387,262 in licenses and permit fees. The remaining balance is attributable to other miscellaneous income. On the expenditure side, the district has incurred approximately $10.8 million of expenditures for the period ended August 31st, 2023. Approximately $6.33 million of these expenditures are personnel costs. The district has experienced a net operating loss of just over $1.7 million year-to-date, including all budgeted transfers. So unless anybody has questions, I will move to place the treasurer's report on file.
Second.
Good morning, everyone. First item up today is the schedule of bills in the amount of $812,944.65, and I so move.
Second.
Previous.
Second, Logan.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Next item up is the approval of ordinance number 648, authorizing intergovernment agreement number 23-06 and associate license agreement number 23-16 with the Village of Manhattan for the Marion Street Waponzie Glacial Trail connection. And I so move.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
The next one up is the draft budget discussion. And I believe that Ralph, you'll take over from here.
So, I know several of you, or a number of you.
Turn your mic on.
Sorry about that, again. But today what we're presenting to you is a draft budget. It's based on a rather conservative estimate of the EAV. We do not have final numbers or a final estimate from the county at this time, so we had to make some assumptions with regard to new construction and the EAV. The two funds that I'm going to concentrate on today in the presentation are our operating funds. It's Corporate Fund 10 and Construction and Development Fund 26. There are several other budget sheets in the packet that you'll also see that you will ultimately be approving, and that's our infrastructure maintenance and replacement, vehicle replacement, computer replacement, our grant fund, and our bond fund. The reason I don't really focus on those too much is that those are not tied to a levy. So those are funds that are already existing, and so it's just a budget presentation on existing funds. So looking at our corporate and construction and development funds, you'll see our estimated revenues. This is based on an EAV projection, a rather conservative estimate in our minds. Again, the final numbers will come from the county later this month, and we'll be able to tighten this up. It also includes a CPI adjustment. The CPI for this year was 5%. However, we do not need to take 5% to make our balance or our budget balance. We've only included a 4% CPI adjustment. So in the budget, you'll see these two columns here for the corporate budget and the C&D budget. The difference, they're just two different levies that we're allowed to levy for via the Downstate Forest Preserve Act. We have, I'm going to talk about just the total there. In property taxes, about $17.1 million. 79% of our budget is funded by property taxes. We've talked about this before, and that's the reason that you see many times, just as Treasurer Newquist pointed out, we run a deficit for the first part of the year, and we operate off of our reserve funds because we rely so heavy on property taxes, and property taxes only come twice a year, beginning halfway through the year. The next is replacement taxes at $865,000. That $865 represents a 30% decrease than the budget last year. That is based on direction that we received from the state that there will be a 30% reduction in the replacement taxes. The next is permits, fees, and licenses. Those come from just what they sound like. Those are dog park permits, picnic permits, camping permits, fees that we have associated with different programs, and licenses. Mostly, or a big chunk of that is farm license revenue, and you'll see that in the C&D column. You'll see $766,000. Most of that is farm license revenue. We keep that in C&D because we try to use that farm license revenue to offset our land management costs for habitat management. Next, we have other income, $334,000, just about 1.5% of our budget. What is other income? It's interest income, mostly, that we receive on some of our investments. Fund balance reserve, we're proposing to take about $1.8 million from the fund balance. This is for $850,000 of it is for the third and final contractual payment for the Hidden Oaks Nature Center, and the remainder is part of our infrastructure and capital program. When we look at fund reserve, and I talked about us having to rely on fund reserve, at the end of 2022, we had about $13.4 million in fund reserve, which is about 10 months. We feel comfortable operating with an 8-month reserve. And so what that represents is that 1.8 is still within the comfort zone of being able to handle our cash flows for 2024. And the last is the BABS rebate. BABS stands for Build America Bonds. This was came out of the recession that we had in the late 2000s, and the United States Treasury reimburses us for a portion of the interest payments that we have on bond issues that we made in 2009 and 2010. Those bond issues were based on a 2007 action of the board in which they authorized the sale of $50 million worth of bonds over the course of several years. And so you see the total revenues there at $21,595,000. So our next slide shows you the proposed expenditures. The first category there is personnel. Personnel accounts for just under 61% of our budget. That sounds like a lot, but it's a very good number, and rather, well, and I'm kind of proud of it. Most municipalities run in the 70s, 70% of their budget. What that allows us to do is put more money into our capital programs and put more into our preserves. So contractual expenses there, 3.5 million, about 16.5% of our budget. That does represent an increase over last year of about $180,000, and that's mostly just because things are getting a little bit more expensive these days. And so commodities is the same way, 807. There's about an $80,000 increase there. Commodities are just what they sound like: gas, fuel, things of that nature, and we've seen an increase in that. Capital, you'll see 3.4 million. That's part of that is that fund reserve transfer, and the remainder of that is just based on the levies themselves. Miscellaneous income, miscellaneous expenses, those are fund transfers, and those are going into our infrastructure maintenance and replacement program, as well as our deposit into the retiree benefit trust. We make about a $400,000, well, not about, we make a $400,000 deposit into that trust each year. We're required, or I should say not required to, but the actuarial minimum is about $243,000. So we've been over depositing or over contributing to that just to stay ahead of it. Costs are increasing on that side too for some of the health insurance, but we feel better that by addressing our liabilities sooner than later, we're in a better position when we can do that. There's a lot of talk about how our property tax rate affects the property tax bill, and particularly we've always asked about a $250,000 house. So if you were here last week, I told you that interestingly enough, the assessor believes my house is worth about $248,600, which is really close to that 248 or 250. So what you see here is a picture of my tax bill, or mine and my wife's tax bill. Up in the corner here, that's just us. We have a residential property. Our tax rate is 7.85%. Where does that number come from? That's a cumulative total of all of the taxing bodies that we pay taxes to. The Forest Preserve gets top bill on everyone's tax bill. Luckily for us, we're the first ones to be, bought out or cursed at, I guess. In 2021, you'll see the tax rate was 0.1339. The tax rate in 2022 is 0.1257. The proposed tax rate for 2023 is 0.1241. So again, it's a reduction in the tax rate. Interestingly here, even though there was a reduction in the tax rate, I paid about 99 cents more to the Forest Preserve District in 2023 than I did in 2022, and that's because the EAV, or the value of my house, was increased by about $6,000, give or take. And then you'll see all the other taxing bodies there and what their rates are. Obviously, you all know school districts are very expensive and the biggest number on our tax bills. But you'll see, and then, I guess we're on bookends because the county's down at the bottom and we're up at the top. But about $464 goes to the county. Now, what does our proposed levy do to the tax bill or do to my tax bill? If all things stayed the same and the assessor said, well, Ralph, no, you got no new gains in your house is still worth the same thing. My EAV was $82,694. My 2022 levy cost was $103.95. Based on what we're proposing at a 4%, which is 80% of the CPI, I would owe $103.42, or a savings to me of 53 cents on my tax bill. And then you can see for each half a point of CPI that we reduce that from 4%, so say we wanted 3.5%, you would be approving a 92-cent savings to me, and that would require that we cut $82,400 out of this proposed budget. Going all the way down, 30% there is a 1.5% CPI. It's $1.87 in my pocket. It's $412,000 out of this proposed budget. Now, we can talk about all of the things in personnel and contractual and commodities and what those costs are. I will tell you that we've had some insurance increases and things of that nature. Health insurance is getting much more expensive for us to cover, both in our bargaining units and our non-bargaining units, about to the tune of about $200,000. But instead of focusing on that, I want to just focus on the capital side, because I think that's where a lot of people see the results of the budgets that we pass. Notwithstanding, obviously, all the maintenance and the operations and the daily costs that go on in providing the services that we do. Fund 26, this is that C&D budget. This is a levy. This is one of the levies that you'll be approving. What's included in our capital expenditures there? Bench replacement, tree replacement, the Wauponce Glacial Trail, Manhattan connections, Hamel Woods campground improvements, our McKinley Woods DuPage River kayak and canoe launch, the Plum Creek Nature Center pergola replacement, Plum Creek Nature Center Snapper Pond dock replacement, and the Money Reservoir Concession patio canopy installation. Other capital expenditures that are non-levy, but you will be approving as parts of these budgets. Fund 33, that's our grant fund. We isolate all of our grants or sponsorships go into what we call Fund 33, our grant fund, and that's so that our auditors and our staff can isolate those expenditures, because monies are coming in and going out and in and out and in and out constantly. So it's the best way for us to just kind of keep all of that stuff in order. We've got the DuPage River Trail Weber Road Connection Phase 1 engineering. That's necessary to tee us up for future federal funding requests for the Phase 2, 3, and construction. Wolf's Crossing Road Normantown Trail Connection Phase 1 engineering. Same thing, tees us up for federal funding. On that note, though, we have already secured the funding for the most expensive part of that, and that's the railroad crossing, the CN Railroad, and we were approved for funding from the ICC for that. We have Lake Shamanwood Phase 2 improvements. Some of those are already completed. Some have yet to be done. We've already approved the bids on that project. Construction just hasn't begun yet. Plum Creek Greenway Trail Extension and Plum Creek Preserve. This is another grant-funded project in which later on today you will approve the engineering for, or hopefully approve the engineering for that, but again, a federally funded project. We also have the Hidden Oaks Nature Center campus improvements, which is an ARPA-funded project, or partially ARPA-funded, and the Four Rivers Outdoor Classroom Development. And then in Fund 50, which is our capital bond fund, We have the Hidden Oaks Nature Center interior renovations. Those are currently out to bid right now. Our bid opening is on the 20th of this month, and so hopefully in October you'll be approving some bids on that. We have the Hidden Oaks Exhibit Design, Fabrication, and Installation. That proposal is being drafted by our staff right now, and next month we'll be asking for your permission to go out and put that proposal on the street. We have the Rock Run Greenway Trail, Essington Road improvements. This is a project that you will also potentially approve today. The bids on Rock Run Greenway Trail, Theodore Street improvements. This is a project that is under construction right now, and hopefully will be completed by the end of the year. But if not, we need to keep those dollars in that fund. We have the Lake Shamanwood Phase 2 improvements. You'll notice this was in the grant fund, and this was also in the bond fund, and that's because a portion of this project is funded by a donation from the Dollinger family through the Nature Foundation. And so, again, money's in and out. We have to spend them out of that grant fund. We have the Prairie Bluff Preserve, Forked Creek, and Kankakee Sands Preserve habitat restorations. And then lastly, the Hadley Valley Operations Substation addition. And so that's our budget kind of in a nutshell. There is some background information in your packets that goes through it line by line if you want to take a look at that. But this is just an overview for you. Again, you don't vote on anything today. You'll be voting on things in October and November. This is a 3-month process for us. This first month is kind of a, here's where we're at, here's what we think, but we'll be able to tighten all of this up for you by next month when we get some actual estimates from the county on what the EAV and the new construction are. And then we'll be able to provide some additional information to you at that time.
Judy, I saw your hand shoot up.
It
Go
did,
ahead.
thank you. What what new construction amount did you use for this? Like, what estimate did you use? That's what I assumed.
Yeah.
Okay, so then when you get the new one, I know we don't get it till September
Yeah.
every year. Can you tell us what it was last year and what it is this year so we can
Yeah.
see that? Thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah, and we should be able to do that for you next month in October.
Joe, I see your hand up.
Kind of.
Yeah, you're like, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
Well, I didn't know if this was question and answering or
Sure.
it's time.
Yeah.
I mean, sure.
discussion.
for a
Anyway,
minute.
Ralph and Lisa, I was glad to see that, you know, a lot of times there's discussion about the CPI when it comes to the forest preserve, you know, what percentage we're going to go with. The one slide that you showed, I was kind of glad to see that because it actually shows the commissioners' dollars and cents from a personal standpoint, and also what it would cost or not cost the forest preserve as a whole. So as you go down this slide, you know, the very bottom, 1.5% CPI, you're saving less than $2 as a homeowner, but you know, we're also taking away $412,000 from the forest preserve. I was just glad to see that slide, and I thank you for that. And I could have swore that I wanted to have that slide last year, but you know, like Herb Brooks would say, I'm glad that was my idea to present that. So. Oh, thanks, Ralph.
I was, when Ralph and I were talking about this, I asked him to please give some sort of visual so folks could understand what it costs an average homeowner, because I don't want to be yelling at each other about Happy Meals and Big Macs. That's ridiculous. And I have some friends on school boards who have told me about how this approach has helped them understand it better. And so I said to Ralph, I said, we really need to break this down so folks can see what it costs. I offered Ralph my property tax bill because I live far enough north where I'm fairly certain ours is one of the biggest in the county. So I was very glad to see this too, Joe. I feel like it makes it really easy. You guys, I've been on this board for 5 years, and sometimes I feel like, okay, I finally have a grasp on this whole budget thing. But every year I learn something new about it. So I understand how hard it is for me, and I've done this kind of stuff before. I can't imagine how hard it is for folks who don't have a background in this at all. So I hope that was really helpful to you. We could all compare property tax bills if you want. I'm happy to sit down and do that sometime. Does anyone have any questions about any of the other stuff that Ralph presented? Okay. So let's see here. We don't need to vote for anything on this. Okay. So if there's any other, Jim, do you want to go ahead and, sorry,
just
go ahead. I
finish
know,
up
I feel
here.
like, oh my gosh, we've
Okay.
kind of lost track there. Go ahead.
Oh,
and
no
you finish.
problem. And then one other
Chair
thing too
Richmond.
that Ralph and I have spoken about too is him looking at the county on trying to figure out ways that you can utilize the county's buying power and in a way to chip away at some of these different items that we have commonalities in. So I know Ralph is going to be looking into that, so.
I just had a recent example of that come across my desk, and that is, I talked with a few of you, and I might have even made mention in the Finance Committee meeting about the issue of body cams, police body cams, and the fact that we have to purchase those as part of the Safety Act. What I learned yesterday is that the contract that we will be presenting to you next month is based on the county pricing. So they extended the county's pricing. Obviously, the county needs way more cameras than we do, but we were able to utilize their buying power
Great.
and get their price.
And I think anything else that you can do or come up across or that, please feel free to let us know. Thank you, Ralph.
That's fantastic news. Those cameras were pretty spendy.
Yeah, they
So,
are.
Jackie.
Thank you, President Mueller. Just wanted to let you know DuPage Township is kicking in. We've donated a new sign to replace the hidden entrance to Keepataw Woods. We thought it was our sign, so we went and bought a new sign and kind of figured out after some conversation and looking a little further at the old sign that it actually belonged to the Forest Preserve and not to us. But we are going to donate the new sign because it's been ordered and created already. Not the pole, but a new sign. We're doing our part.
Thank you so much for the sign, DuPage Township. I was going to say Jackie, but I'm going to say DuPage Township. Okay.
Then lastly, I have is next meeting update is Thursday, October 5th, 2023, immediately following the Operations Committee meeting, but no earlier than 9:15 a.m. here at the Will County Office Building. That's all I have. Thank you.
Great. I am at this point. Could we inject our awards, our presentation of awards? Chair Van Dyne, do you mind holding your committee for a moment while we do letter Z? Not at all. Thank you very much. So today we have a presentation of awards from the Nature Foundation of Will County. Reagan, would you like to come down, the chair of the Nature Foundation, and have a moment to speak? Do I need to make a motion to change anything? Okay, can I have a motion, please, to suspend the rules and change the agenda for a moment? Do we need a roll call for that? We're gonna need guys, we need a roll call for this part, so everyone listen. We had Jackie was the first and Ogalla was the second. And we're gonna do a roll call.
Steve Slotman. Van Dyne. Yes. Ogalla. Yes. Pretzel. Yes. Butler. Yes. Newquist. Yes. Ballich. Yes. Richmond. Yes. Parker. Yes. Williams. Yes. Diaz. Yes. Winfrey. Yes. Coleman. Logan. Yes. Freeman. Yes. Revis. Mitchell. Yes. Ortiz. Berkowitz. Yes. Costa. Yes. Trainier. Yes. President Mueller.
Yes.
And with that, we have 19 in affirmative.
19,
so
motion passes. Please proceed. Is there a microphone down there turned on? Oh, wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you, President Mueller. Thank you, board members, commissioners. Good morning. I'm Reagan Pattison, and I'm the chair of the Nature Foundation, Will County. I'm joined here by our other fellow board members, Julie, Elle, and Janet. Thank you. And Cindy Harn, Cindy Harn. Oh my gosh. Yeah, right. Hi, Cindy. Cindy Harn, our executive director. Today, we're honored and excited to further the Forest Preserve's stewardship, nature, education, wellness, cooperation, and sustainability initiatives by presenting this check in the amount of $22,500 for the following initiatives. One is the traveling exhibition, the Golden Opportunity Botanical Illustration. This exhibition runs from October 15th to December 31st at the Four Rivers Educational Center. This is where we can discover the world of yellow plants and pigments through illustrations created by students and faculty of the Denver Botanic Garden School of Botanical Art and Illustration. This botanical illustration is a bilingual exhibition featuring contemporary illustrations of yellow plants and interpretive displays on related plant materials, pigments, and dyed fabrics. Created in colored pencil, watercolor, graphite, mixed media, and ink, highly detailed drawings can call attention to the variety of yellow plants that surround us and how they are used to create these dyes. Visitors will be able to explore the science behind the color yellow and celebrate the long tradition of botanical illustration. Over the course of the exhibit stay, educational staff will present inspirational hikes to discover these mysteries of golden woven throughout the woods and prairies. Visitors will be able to explore rooms that allow them to experience firsthand how other animals perceive the world of colors and create their own artistic masterpieces celebrating the color of yellow. Next, we are working to do bicycle repair stations. With generous support from the Joliet Bicycle Club, a matching gift from the Nature Foundation, the Forest Preserve has installed 2 new bicycle repair stations at the juncture of Old Plank Trail and Hickory Creek Bikeway and the junction of the Sugar Creek Greenway Trail at Veterans Memorial Trail. What's really nice is we get feedback, and we've got a quote from the president of the Joliet Bicycle Club, Janae Hunzinger, wrote us in a thank you email. We appreciate all that the Nature Foundation of Will County has done and continues to do in support of cycling in our Will County communities. Choosing the cross paths of Old Plank Road Trail and Hickory Creek Bikeway as the location for our donated bike repair station is an excellent site and will serve many cyclists who are in need of assistance. Lastly, this money will go towards the STEM and STEAM education, which I think would be really interested for Natalie with her program, and connecting kids with Nature Bus scholarship program. We're incredibly excited to announce that Pembina, along with the Oxable liquid products, are proud partners who have been investing in the Nature Foundation in education. As a part of a 3-year agreement totaling $40,000 in gifts to the Nature Foundation for the Forest Preserve, this year Pembina is providing $10,000 for the following: $5,000 in financial support for science and inquiry-based supplies and equipment for the educational programs at the Forest Preserve's visitor centers, including Plum Creek and Beecher, Isle Kosh and Romeoville, Hidden Oaks and Bolingbrook, and Four Rivers and Shanahan. Because of these amazing generosity of our donors, the Nature Foundation is matching the Pembina's gift with an additional $5,000 to better support these programs that help 20,000 children each year. Pembina's gift will also support a new Forest Preserve initiative, Connecting Kids with Nature Bus Scholarship Program. This will serve to remove barriers for these participants and children to participate in these outdoor field trips, and will go towards high poverty schools, specifically those with Title I designation in the state of Illinois. This program has a potential to impact thousands of children across more than 11 school districts in Will County. And scholarships will be offered for educational field trips to the Four Rivers in Shanahan, Plum Creek and Beecher, Alakosh and Romeoville, and Hidden Oaks and Bolingbrook. So in closing, thank you for your time. Thank you for having us. And at this time, we'd like to present this check in the amount of $22,500.
Thank you for your donation and all of the time and effort you folks put in at the Nature Foundation. Okay, do we need to do anything to go back on agenda? Okay, great. So moving on to the next item on our agenda, we're at N, Operations Committee Chair Van Dyne. Take it away.
Thank you, President Mueller, and good morning to everyone. The Operations Committee has quite a few items to present. We'll start with number one. Based on the committee actions regarding the award of contract in the amount of $29,500 to American Painting Incorporated of St. Charles, Illinois, for the Riverview Farmstead Barn and Settlement House exterior painting, preparation, priming, and staining, which failed 0 to 9. I am recommending that we reject all the bids for Riverview Farmstead Barn and Settlement House exterior preparation, priming, and staining, and bid the project in April of 2024. So I make a motion to reject all bids.
Hold on one moment.
I think we need a motion on the contract first and then a motion to reject the bids.
Okay.
Okay. I will make a motion to award the contract in the amount of $29,500 to American Painting with my recommendation to deny. So I make that motion.
Second, O'Gala.
Hold on a minute.
Joe, I'm sorry, the way you said it's a little confusing. If you would just make the motion to award as is, get a second, and then make your comment, and then vote. Because right now it's on.
Did I make a motion to approve the contract?
Right, with the recommendation.
And then
that you
somebody
deny.
has, right.
Okay.
So it just confused what the motion is, I'm sorry.
All right. Am I supposed to make the motion to approve the contract?
Yes, and then someone
That's
has
what I
to
thought I
second
did.
that,
All
and
right.
then we would just vote no if we
Okay,
don't want to approve.
strike the last motion.
Okay.
I make a motion to approve the contract.
Okay. Would we like a roll call to vote on this?
Sure.
Please, and you may vote yes or no. Does that make sense? Okay.
Dave Slotman. No. Van Dyne.
No.
O'Gala.
Where's Judy?
Pretzel. Butler. Newquist. Balich. Richmond. Parker. Williams. Diaz. Winfrey. Coleman. Logan. Freeman.
No.
Revis. Mitchell. No. Ortiz. Berkowitz. Costa. Trainier.
No.
President Mueller.
No.
19 in the negative. Motion does not.
Motion fails.
Thank you. Number two, award a contract to purchase one 2024 Ford
Wait,
F-350.
I'm sorry. What do we do wrong?
Did you want to do a motion to reject all bids then?
Oh, we need to do a motion to reject all the bids. I'm sorry, I missed that part.
Okay. All
I'm
right.
sorry, Joe.
I would like to make a motion to reject all bids and bid the project in April of 2024.
You can't previous
We
roll
can't
'cause it's-
previous it because
no.
we were no's. We have to do another roll call. So
All
that
right.
we can say we want to do that or not.
Yes. Okay. Dean Schlottman. Van Dyne.
Yes.
Ogala. Yes. Pretzel. Butler. Newquist. Balich. Richmond. Parker. Williams. Diaz. Winfrey. Coleman. Logan. Freeman. Revis. Mitchell, yes. Ortiz. Berkowitz. Costa. Trainier. 19 in the affirmative. Motion passed.
Yes, me too.
Oh, sorry. President Mueller.
Me too, yes.
You matter.
It's okay. I just, wanted to make sure your numbers were good, so you. Okay, motion carries.
Number 2? Very good. Award a contract to purchase one 2024 Ford F-350 Crew Cab 4x4 pickup truck in the amount of $52,503 from Sutton Ford of Matson, Illinois, utilizing the South Suburban Purchasing Cooperative Contract number 225, and I make a motion.
Previous roll, Freeman.
All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries.
Number 3, award a contract to purchase one 2024 Ford F-350 Super Cab pickup truck in the amount of $47,802 from Sutton Ford of Matson, Illinois, utilizing the South Suburban Purchasing Cooperative Contract number 225. I so move.
Second, Freeman. Previous,
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Award of contract in the amount of $672,993.70 to Austin Tyler Construction of Elwood, Illinois, for Rock Run Greenway Trail, Essington Road improvements. The committee recommendation was 9-0, and I so move.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Number 5, award a contract in the amount of $243,894 to Terra Engineering of Chicago, Illinois, for the second phase engineering of Plum Creek Greenway Trail. Committee recommendation 9-0, and I so move.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Approval of resolution number 23-13, authorizing an IGA number 2305 with the city of Joliet for the Olympic Boulevard Trail extension. I so move.
Second, Freeman. Second, Ogala.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Approval of resolution number 23-14, authorizing an IGA number 2307 with the Illinois State Toll Highway Authority for additional landscaping along the Veterans Memorial Trail, and I would like to make that motion.
Second, Freeman.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Number 8, approval of resolution 2315, authorizing an IGA number 2308 with the city of Lockport regarding the Lockport Loop Trail feasibility study. Committee recommendation 9-0. I so move.
Second, Denise. Was previous roll Berkowitz?
Second, Ogala.
Second, O'Gallagher. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
And lastly, approval of resolution 2316, authorizing a subrecipient grant agreement between the County of Will and the Forest Preserve District of Will County for use of state and local fiscal recovery funds. Committee recommendation 9-0, and I so move.
Second, Freeman. Previous, Trainier.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
And the Operations Committee's next meeting date is Thursday, October 5th, 2023 at 9 a.m. right here in this building. Thank you so much. That concludes our report.
Thank you. Folks, I want to just say I forgot to announce Nick Ryer from media earlier. Nick Ryer from Farmers Weekly is in attendance. Moving on to letter Q on our agenda, ad hoc committee, Chair Dean Schlotman.
Morning, Madam President. There is nothing to report. I know, right? Easy
That's
and
nice.
peasy.
Great. Next, do we have any need for executive session today? No, we do not. Let's see, we have nothing for actions following executive session. We are now at comments by the public. Do we have any public here today that wants to speak? Any public that wants to speak? Do we have any online public? Any emails from public? No. Okay. Okay. Next, comments by the executive director. Ralph, would you like to say anything today?
I do. I just wanted to let everybody know that this weekend, on Saturday, we are having an event out at Riverview Farmstead called Fall on the Farm. It is kind of a new twist on an old event, but we'll have tours, a petting zoo, tractors and equipment, bounce houses, make and take crafts. This year we've added food trucks, Smoke and Z's, and Tapville Social, which is a beer vendor, if you're into that. We'll also have live music and a Nature Foundation pop-up native plant sale. So, yeah. So 11 to 3 on Saturday the 16th at Riverview Farmstead in Naperville.
Great. Do we have any comments by commissioners today? Micah, your hand shot right up. Go ahead.
Good morning. I went yesterday to an event with the Joliet School District 204 and the Center for Economic Development. They are doing a pilot internship. I didn't know if you were aware of that and if you were going to be sending in requests for interns this summer.
We've looked into the program in the past, and we don't have the type of internships available that would fit into the areas that they're looking for. So unfortunately, we will not.
Oh, that's too bad. All right. I just wanted to be sure you were aware of it. Thank you.
Any more comments by commissioners? Okay. Bless you, Jackie. Moving on to letter Y, appointments and comments by the president. I do have an appointment or a recommendation, it looks like today, that we'll need a vote on, correct? Okay. Advice and consent. Great. Okay, so could I have a motion to move number one under letter Y, recommendation to hire a recreation coordinator? Got it. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Great, motion carries. Thank you. And let's see, comments by the president. I had something and now I've completely just went right out. Tapville Social has a location in Aurora in the Fox Valley Mall. They also have a location in downtown Naperville, I believe. I'm looking at Julie. Yeah. They're very unique, and what I notice about them is that they seem to do work with a lot of local businesses when it comes to what they serve. So I'm really glad to see them branching out into events like this because I think it can interconnect, doing a little more for our local businesses in Will County. I think that's great. And they have yummy stuff. I learned about them while I had 6 teenagers in some mystery room thing in Fox Valley Mall, and I had to sit and wait out in the foyer for their parents to show up and drive them home and stuff like that. So I sat at Tapville Social. Great. Okay. Oh, and we've already done presentation of awards. So next, we just need a motion to adjourn. All in favor? Any opposed? We stand adjourned.